Hello everyone. Good afternoon to all. I thank INSA for this prestigious award. I work on malaria biology and my emphasis is developing of new drug candidates and as well as identification of vaccine candidates for against malaria treatment. Thank you.
So the next awardee is Anand Sawant from TIFR Mumbai.
Good afternoon, everyone. I work in the area of algebraic geometry, and my main work has been uh, yeah, on the boundaries of algebraic geometry and topology, where I gave some explicit descriptions of very technical and abstract objects. Thank you very much. Along with Oh yeah, A1 homotopy theory. So homotopy just means that if you can, without tearing, if you can change a shape into another one by just stretching and contracting, and you try to do it algebraically, and yeah, thank you.
So I now invite Akansha Sharma from University of Delhi.
Uh, Thank you first of all for this recognition. I am Akanksha Sharma. I work on understanding the seasonal physiology of migratory birds. We've been incorporating and utilizing the new next gen sequencing techniques for the upliftment of this particular field. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So the next awardee is Suhas Suresh Shete from NIO Goa.
Good afternoon to all. Firstly, I would like to thank INSA for giving me this prestigious award. I am a oceanographer. I work on how climate change impacts the ocean, right from the oceanic chemistry to the ocean biology, right from the smaller nanoplankton to the bigger organisms like the sea urchin. And my study area includes the northern Indian Ocean to the poles, Antarctica as well as Arctic. Thank you.
The next awardee is Vijay Prakash Tripathi from IIT Delhi.
So thank you everyone, and thank you to INSA. And it's a lot of written there, but basically I work in the area of synthesizing nanostructured materials and membranes for separation, purification, catalysis, and biochemical applications. Thank you very much.
So now I invite the last person here, like the Dr. Mayur Vaidya from IIT Hyderabad. So this category is overnight. So I once again congratulate each and everybody who has received this award. And you please, Mayur, explain your work.
Yeah. Thank you, INSA, for giving me this recognition. The award was basically given on the work done for understanding the diffusion mechanisms in newly developed class of materials called high entropy alloys, which is important to use them for technological applications. Thank you, and congratulations to all the awardees. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we move on to the recipients of Professor Harswarup Memorial Award. I invite Namisha Sharma from NIPGR, New Delhi. I will check. There is, okay. So there are young scientist awardees who are actually getting it again. Yeah. They are picked up again. Congratulations. So there are only 2 awards. Only 2 awards. Yes. After your award, what did you do?
I would like to thank INSA for giving me this prestigious award. I got this award due to my work in plant-virus interaction, where I've been focusing on role of non-coding RNAs in providing resistance against different plant viruses. Thank you.
So when did you receive your Young Scientist
I
Award?
received
think it is
my
the-
Young Scientist Award in 2019, and after this I am receiving this award.
So
Thank
congratulations.
Thank you.
So you see,
So
can I
yeah,
just say-
yeah.
You see, what it means is that some, young people continue to work after receiving Young Scientist Award also, which is a very good thing. And I would exhort all young scientists, to keep working more and more and to get not only this Harswarup Memorial Award, but many, many other awards, and more importantly, the joys of creativity, doing something new, feeling excited. And this is just, icing on the cake, get another award and stuff. Yeah.
So another awardee is Karthik Sunagar from Indian Institute of Sciences, Bangalore. Yes. So you also tell us about when did you receive your
Sure. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks very much, INSA, for the encouragement. So my research group at IISc works on venomous animals and the venoms. We are trying to understand how venoms evolve, how ecological and evolutionary factors affect venoms. We work on all kinds of venomous animals, from snakes to spiders to everything that's venomous and poisonous in India and around the world. And we are also, besides looking at evolutionary ecology of venoms, we are also trying to innovate novel strategies for treating snake bites in India and sub-Saharan Africa. Thanks very much.
So thank you, Karthik. I think it is very, very important area because even WHO has now included it as a neglected disease. So snake venom work is very important for us as well as throughout the world. Now I will announce the recipients of INSA Teacher Award. I will request them to collect it from the President, Professor Sharma. So the first awardee is Professor Indranath Sen Gupta from IIT Gandhinagar. At least I am not aware. I will find out.
Good afternoon, everybody. I thank INSA for the award. Very difficult what he has asked me to do. I don't know what is special about teaching, but I teach mathematics. since 2001. And I don't know whether it is effective or not. For some reason, I have been chosen for this award, which itself is prestigious. But I can surely tell you that some of my students got the Young Scientist Award and other awards. So that is probably special. Thank you so much.
So congratulations once again. So now I invite Professor Madhuchanda Bhattacharjee, University of Hyderabad.
Good afternoon to all. I of course thank INSA personally, and thanks as from the community of statistics teachers. I teach statistics. Statistics is a very popular discipline, but we the teachers of statistics, we are an endangered species. Every day there are fewer and fewer of us. Hopefully this will motivate some more people to join as teachers. And I've been asked like what I teach. What I teach, the discipline of statistics is really, it's progressing very well, so there's plenty of topics to choose from. What I would teach, whom I teach is determined by the university, typically. But how I teach, that's where we customize all the time. Keeping in mind the same syllabus being taught to a different batch of students, it has to be customized as per their background and where they see themselves, where they're going. So it's continuously evolving, continuously changing. That's how I do teaching. Thank you all.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
I invite Professor Anand Das Gupta from IISER Kolkata.
From statistics teachers, I always ask them, what are the odds of me learning that?
Thank you, INSA, for this award. Now, as most teachers would say, that the thing they hate the most about teaching is taking exams. And giving exams is something we are not really very used to, but now I have been asked to give one. And what do I say? I've been teaching for more than 2 decades now, and I've learned more from my colleagues and my students than I have ever learned in any other way. So I would like to thank all of them. But if I give me a minute to say something very personal. Well, I have one more very personal thing to say here. My PhD supervisor, Professor Ashok Chatterjee, was a wonderful teacher. In fact, I tried to sort of emulate his teaching. He passed away a few days ago, so I would like to also dedicate this award to his memory, if that's all right.
It is very, very motivating and inspiring to hear a teacher who's actually recognizing the values which have been imparted to the next generation teacher. So now I invite Professor Swagata Bhattacharya from Vidyasagar College, Kolkata.
Thanks to INSA and welcome to everyone present here. I am a simple teacher. I have been teaching physics in a college, undergraduate college at that, in Kolkata, which has 150 years of legacy. It was the first college in India
established with entirely national effort and national fund by one of the torchbearers of Indian Renaissance, Pandit Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. We don't have too much freedom in what we do. It's like tempering the steel. It is an age-old technique which everybody knows. But then again, one has to be very careful, because if we are not careful, the steel might break. So the main thing that I have to do every day, that make my students believe that research is not something that is done by extremely brilliant people. Research is done by somebody who persists. So it is just, you have to look beyond your textbook. It is even within your textbook, and every day we are trying to find out problems that can be published in simple journals as research problems that gives you some belief that they will evolve as budding researchers in future. Thank you.
You know, being a teacher for over 30 years, I no longer ask how to teach well, but I ask, how do you keep people awake in your class? And I would like to know the answer to all the good teachers here, you know, talking about this. Really.
By offering free coffee. So it's my pleasure to invite Professor Shubhendu Shekhar Bag. He is from IIT Guwahati. How do you keep your students awake?
I am very much grateful to INSA for recognizing my teaching. Getting inspiration from my father, who was a teacher of English teacher. Getting inspiration from my PhD supervisor, who remained be the best teacher in IIT Kharagpur, Professor Amit Bharsak. And getting excited by my students, both masters, undergraduate, and PhD scholars. I become the good teacher maybe. Today, what for I am being recognized here. So my research methods includes the chemical biologies, particularly expansion of genetic alphabet and expansion of genetic code. I tries my students to act in the class by interacting with them, interactive sessions, demonstrative teachings in the laboratory. Sometimes leaving the classroom teachings, I call my students to come to my laboratory for some demonstration, particularly in case of practical as well as in case of I do little bit of theory, Gaussian, and also little bit of docking and simulation. Particularly them I teach in my laboratory those simulations demonstrative. So as a result, I tries to amalgamate my research methodologies into teaching methodologies, so that as an outcome I could create NPTEL course Bioorganic Chemistry, which I included in our master's syllabus, main course syllabus, Bioorganic Chemistry, and 2 PhD elective courses, Environmental Chemical Biology and Advances in Bioorganic Chemistry. So these are my all contributions and contributions from my students, and I am very much thankful to all of my students, past and present students, and my family members for bringing me up to this level. Thank you, and I want to dedicate this award to all of my students. Thank you.
Thank you, Shubhendu. Now I invite Professor Satyen Saha. He is from BHU Varanasi.
I thank INSA for this award, for this recognition. And it's really difficult to answer his question because usually students don't sleep in my class. I don't know, maybe. But what I observed that is that being a good teacher, you get a lot of things from the students. You get the purest love from them, the respect. Even after 10, 15 years, they come back to you telling sirs and they will pranam you, and then really it's like they say that I got something from you. So I feel that's a bigger award for me. So now I have one request from the INSA. My observation is that I teach in molecular chemistry, physical chemistry, and most of the students, they come to us in BSc. We have a national level examination, and I find that they have passed this course, they have studied the course, but they come without any concept of that course. So the reason is that there is no dedicated teacher for that course in the BSc level. Somehow they mugged up and they came to the BHU for this MSc course. So how about that you put an effort that those who are getting this kind of INSA award for their good teaching, they should also have a responsibility to visit various places in India, in colleges or university, who cannot afford some specialized teacher. So where specialized course is being taught by some other teachers. So I will be very happy to contribute in that. I can go anywhere. Even last time during my LTC leave, I requested one university. I visited Visakhapatnam. I requested another university that I want to go there. I will give a lecture. I do not need anything. No TADA, no nothing. But I want to give a lecture because I feel that my subject should be taught by somebody who has the feelings for that subject. Okay, thank you again.
So, you see, what is you don't need TADA? Okay, very good. but anyway,
They are LTC I was getting. That's why.
Okay. Well, once in 2 years. But anyway, see, that's a very important aspect. What I suggest is that you create train the trainers, because you alone can do very little. So when we have these good teacher awards and awardees, that we have a workshop here, and I call more people with potential for good teaching and interest in good teaching here, and then some of them can come and share best practices about teaching. And so then the idea is to create more trainers, so they can in turn go. You create 10 people, then these 10 people create 100, right? And that's the way it would be impactful. Otherwise, you can't scale up anything. If 2 of us do it, it's just going to be 4 places, and that too with LTC once in 2 years. Right? Not going to happen. So okay, thank you very much indeed. Another question I often asking, we get into debate. Is it teaching by PPT or by Blackboard? And if you want to give a short answer to that question, and the people who are coming here, people get very upset. I teach by Blackboard, and somebody was saying, you people don't know PPT. That's why some interesting conversations like that I've had on Facebook. So I would like to learn about what people do here.
So there is another question now to answer. So I invite Professor Dhirendra Kumar Dwivedi from IIT Roorkee.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, INSA, for this recognition as the INSA Teachers Award. Sometimes it is difficult to get in your institute, but see, there are institutions, there are agencies, there are organizations, they recognize. It's fine, it's a different thing. As far as the teaching is concerned, you see, teaching, from my own experience, what I will say, it is always evolving. In the beginning, the teaching method was different. When we did research a little bit, learned a lot through the work of our students, our things changed. Later on, when we visited around the world, including the projects and the fellowships for bilateral collaborations given by INSA twice, once for Germany and another for second time for China.